ULPT, if you are pregnant, sell positive pregnancy tests on Craigslist to fund your newborn's college savings. There are many people of questionable morals who would want to purchase a positive pregnancy test so that they can convince others that they are expecting. The compound interest over 18 years on the few hundred or $1,000 you make will give your child a great high school graduation present. Option 2 is to sell your urine so your customers can take the pregnancy test at home. ULPT. Can HR tell if a remote employee lies about where he lives? Based on IRS withholding, I'm a web developer from CA, now living in Thailand. I'm a night owl, so it works out for me. The business side of freelancing is a grind, so I'm thinking of applying for remote employment using my old address in California. No issues with citizenship or anything, I'm American. But if HR at my employer withholds state taxes and I report my location to the IRS as Thailand, which I've been doing for years, there could be a mismatch. Reporting my domicile as California would clear this issue, but then cost a fair amount in CA taxes. Since I've been self-employed, I don't know much about withholding. Is this a genuine issue? Can HR at a private company find out if you don't live in the state you claim based on IRS filings? A third option may be to list a mailing address in Nevada to my employer. They have no state taxes. But then the salary offer is lower. It usually reflects cost of living, and I might have to use a commercial mailbox if I can't find and pay someone to receive my mail. ULPT, take a picture when there is police activity in a residential area. Next time you're running late for work or just don't want to go, send that to your boss and tell him you can't get by. It works best for a cul-de-sac and probably only once. It's unlikely your boss will call the local agency to confirm it unless you're really unreliable. ULPT, anonymously buy positive reviews for your competitors. People are disillusioned to fake reviews. If the positive reviews look fake enough, then your competitors lose credibility. Some websites even penalize fake reviews and could have them removed from the platform altogether, ex Yelp. In the meantime, gain positive legitimate reviews for your business, and have a steady stream of new customers. ULPT, visiting relatives this holiday? Look through their DVD collection and take a quick picture of digital download codes. When you get home, try to redeem them all. Snagged a Pets 2 and John Wick on Thanksgiving. Hoping for more this Christmas. ULPT, use Google Voice to get cheap shit on Craigslist. 90% of the time people selling on Craigslist want to sell fast and need cash now. But they don't want to feel ripped off. So give them a super duper mega low ball, and then just a regular low ball. Put the power in your hands, and make them feel like they are getting the better side of the deal. Step 1. Create a Google Voice account. It's free. It gives you a phone connected to your Google account. You can call and text with it. Step 2. Find what you want on Craigslist. Step 3. Text the on the Craigslist ad lowballing the shit out of them. Use this to gauge their response. Most stuff sits forever on Craigslist and buyers are often flaky, or just flat out retarded. Say there's a car up for $5,000. Offer them $2.5K with your Google Voice account phone. If they say yes, then buy it, but likely they will say no. Ask a lot of questions. Be interested, and reply quickly. Step 4. Wait a couple minutes, and then text them with your real phone. Offer them a little more, but not much. So offer like $2.8-3K for that car you just offered $2.5K with your Google Voice phone. Step 5. Buyer will weigh his options, and choose the higher option, even though the two offers are coming from the same person. And one is super shitty, while the other is only slightly less shitty. He's gonna take the higher offer, so offer what you want with your real, and go 20 to 30 lower than that with your Google Voice phone. I've used this to get a car, a DJI drone, woodworking tools, a snowboard, and a camera. Every time you make the seller feel like your offer is reasonable, even though you're still lowballing them, you're offering more than the other guy, aka you, on your Google Voice phone. ULPT, thank someone for something they haven't done yet in order to guilt them into doing it. Have something that you want somebody to do? Genuinely thank them for doing it regardless of whether they have done it or not. If they haven't done it, more than likely they will feel like they have disappointed you and will then try extra hard to do it. Want the kitchen cleaned? Thanks for keeping on top of the dishes, appreciate it. Want that report at work finished? Thanks for handing in all your reports on time, it's really good. Want to calm down that annoyed customer? Thanks for your understanding patience. ULPT, if you want to change your flight without paying the fee, call the day before and say you have severe, contagious pink eye and are concerned about being on such a full flight. They'll ask for your doctor's contact info to confirm, but they won't call because HIPAA prevents this confirmation. I did this out of legitimate concern when I actually did somehow get conjunctivitis at the end of a trip visiting family out of state, and immediately knew what was up when the agent asked for my doctor's address and number but didn't question why the diagnosing physician was in a different state. I worked in healthcare at the time, was caught off guard by the question, and just named the most recent GP I had seen at home. I may have gotten pink eye a few more times since then while on vacation. Bad luck, I suppose. Outcome depends on the airline. International flight changes require a bit more effort. ULPT, guys, if you see a guy being overly sexually aggressive with women who are clearly not reciprocating, do the same thing to him. He may realize how he's treating the girls and see the error of his ways. Or he may punch you in the face. ULPT, get normal pricing on Uber/Lyft during surge pricing on a planned trip. Step 1, make sure you have both apps downloaded. Step 2, on both apps, put in the address and get quotes during non-surge hours. I use this for rush hour in Manhattan, so like 2 p.m. when I plan to leave at 5 p.m. Step 3, leave the app open for the lower priced one at the screen just before you click to call the car. Step 4, when you want to leave during surge pricing, bring up the app, should still have the old pricing for that trip queued up, and call the car. Step 5, the trip will still have the price it quoted you earlier. I've used this to get literally half-price rides. It's unethical cause the driver doesn't realize they're getting paid the non-surge rate until after. ULPT, use Yandex or DuckDuckGo instead of Google for illegal stuff like free movies and torrents. This might be common knowledge for some, but Google tries to remove results that violate the DMC at support.google.com. Legal answer 11200734. Visited 6371133679727030468222454 RD2 or other copyright laws. Yandex https yandex.com and DuckDuckGo https duckduckgo.com don't, or at least not as actively and much. So when searching for stuff like free movies online, full-length porn, cracked software torrents or anything else along those lines, you might get more results and options with these alternative search engines. I think DuckDuckGo is pretty common knowledge, but not many people know of Yandex, so there you go. TL.dr, Google is pretty good at blocking illegal stuff, use something else. ULPT, if you work in tech and suspect your client will unreasonably deny you payment after you've completed the job, include a kill switch in your work to go off 2 months after they are supposed to have paid you. If they have paid you, you go back and fix the problem. If they didn't pay you, you won't get called to fix it. ULPT, if you have a paper due that requires a certain number of citations, take a few sources from the papers you've already used. No professor is going to check every single citation you have to make sure that it's relevant. As long as the title makes sense, they'll never be able to tell. ULPT, quiet workspace, free. If you don't have an office, but hate sitting in noisy restaurants to work, go to a hotel lobby. They have nice comfortable sitting areas, great Wi-Fi, and during the day it tends to be quiet. The staff will think you're a guest and most likely will not bother you. You can bring in restaurant takeout food with you, so when you walk in it looks like you just stepped out to pick up something to eat, but now you're back. Staff looks like they're heading your way. Pretend to take a phone call to avoid them. The worst you can do is get kicked out. Choose different hotels each time so you don't raise suspicion.